lies will not take hold here. Lies will not get their footing. And regardless of the lies told, I will not give them power to push down the truth. I had a hearing the other day, and as I was preparing for the hearing, I knew the truth was on my side. It absolutely was. But I'm also humble enough to know that if the truth is not presented correctly, if other people better lawyers, not necessarily better, but more skillful lawyers can twist reactions, can twist words, then they can push the truth out. And that's been the situation with this. The truth has been continually pushed down through legal tactics, and unfair tactics, but still tactics that are permissible and things that can be done. Going into the hearing, I knew where I stood. I was humble enough to think all the lies are not going to be revealed today. And I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm sure more lies will occur. But how I handled it, it's not about a win in the moment. It's about the foundation of revealing, on making sure that this stuff comes out right, on presenting myself correctly in front of the judge, on being able to track and show what's going on. And fortunately, that's what happened. It was like this tag-team tall tale group between my aunt's wife and her lawyer. They came right on and right out of the gate. And it was a series of false claims. It was a series of flat out lies. And even as I put that, I don't know if you want to use necessarily that objective of a term. These are lies that can absolutely be proven. They are absolute contradictions of the truth. However, were they going to be contradicted and proven in that 45-minute hearing? No. So I walked carefully. I wrote it down. I noticed that as they were lying, more so my ex than her lawyer. When my ex lied, her eyes were away from the camera. This was an online hearing. She would look down. And it was wild to me. It also great strategic preparation on the part of her lawyer to have her answer basically yes, no questions, making it very simple for her to not get herself in trouble. And then with those lies, or not necessarily being caught or as easily caught, simple one word or short statements so she wouldn't trip over herself. Yet she did. She didn't trip over herself for the hearing, but she tripped over herself because she lied. And in those lies, I have the proof. I have the email. I have the text. I can contradict that. And the same thing with the lawyer. The lawyer went off on his thing for about 45 seconds. And I mean, the pen couldn't move fast enough for, well, and there was this, and then it was this. So he did this. So he did it. None of those things are true. And not only are they not true, I can prove it. I have the emails. I have the statements. I have the filings to prove it. So the best thing I could do, and it was the right decision, I didn't interrupt. I didn't scowl. I continued to look at the camera. I kept my posture straight. I listened. I made no passive aggressive, I didn't breathe. I didn't do anything. Took it all in, heard it. I wasn't being passive. I wasn't being submissive. I was being strategic. And now with all of that, I'll take that to address to the next time. But we can stand as a whole, if we're in court, if we're dealing with people that are toxic, that are liars, that are narcissistic, we can deal and we can potentially see the win a little bit better or come into view if we don't try to win it in the moment, but we practice the patience, the perseverance, and the professionalism to stick to the foundation of truth, to understand this is a longer road, a longer journey. And in that humility and in that authority, in that column and in that tracking, truth can and will win the day.